Welcome back to another video. This video will be working on the adder page that gets a number and adds 3. Pretty useless, but shows some concepts that are handy. When I click it on the moment, I've got this really short stub of a function here. When you go to the page adder, it runs this function called adder, which all it does is just return the text adding page. It doesn't even bother about using a template to do HTML. That's a bit boring, and also doesn't have any inputs or outputs. So let's convert this so it uses a template. I'm going to base this template, it's going to be similar to this one. So I'll just copy this with Control-C into a new file, Control-N to get a new blank file, and then you can do Control-V to paste it. Just like in any other program on Mac or Windows, same kinds of shortcuts. Maybe instead of saying you visited whatever times, this is the adding page. A little smiley face, why not? Now I can save this as my HTML page for the adding page. Templates, what to call it? I don't know, maybe I might call it adder.html, because that's what it's going to do, it's going to add things. This won't actually have any effect yet because, it's not actually referred to anywhere in here. Even if you visit that adder page now and refresh, it still just returns adder page. So let's do render template, by the way, adder.html. I'm not going to pass any variables in for now, I'm just going to show the page. There you go. And, oh, there you go, pugsite, visits page, and this is the adding page. So you can see I get all that stuff that I have here for free. I might, to make it a little bit clearer that this is the adding page, maybe I'll make that into a, little header, H2. Oops. H2. I don't like this auto-completing much, but let's move it over there. There we go. So this is the adding page. Refresh. Beautiful. And you click here to get to the other page if you want. Good. Now, I need some way to ask the user for values. Have a form where the user can enter stuff. There you go. And I'm going to ask for an input that is the number to add. This is going to be a type. It's going to be a text input. They can type the number they want, and the name might be an input number. So that's the number that they're inputting to the system. The form needs a method, which is going to be post, and it also needs an action as well. So the action, this one, we just want to make it go back to the same page. So I'll leave the action out, which will make it, it'll go back to /adder, the same thing. If that confuses you a bit, then, action equals /adder. There we go. So when you post it, it's just going to send them back to this page. Let's have a look how this looks. If I refresh, there goes my input. Oh, number 6, enter, takes them back to the same page. Excellent. It's an error, but it's a good kind of error. Method not allowed. Method not allowed for request URL. Well, we tried to do a post request, an adder. We tried to send data to adder, but adder doesn't have something to handle post requests. What I might do then is I'm going to put code to handle post in here as well. Methods equals, this thing's going to handle get, but it's also going to handle post. It's going to handle both. Refresh. Continue. There you go. So you can type a number in and it accepts it. Good. I need to somehow access the number that they entered. The number that they entered is stored in the form. So I'm going to say the input number, I'm going to save that to a variable, equals request.form.get input number. So this gets the number from the form, the form being it's technically a dictionary, but anyway, it gets the number from the form and saves it to this variable here. Okay, so I've got a variable called input number, and I should be able to do print input number to print that to the terminal. Otherwise, I won't know if it worked or not. So I'll save this, reload it, maybe number 8. Excellent, it prints it to the terminal. Awesome. One thing that could happen that could cause errors is the first time you visit the page, this hasn't been set to anything. First time you visit the page, someone's just fresh on this website. Oh, wow, this is really, I don't have a main page. Maybe I'll go / what was it, adder. Oh, this is a cool site. this is actually not set to anything, so it prints none here. Maybe I want different code depending on if it's the first time they visited the page or if they've actually sent some data to the page. So in other words, if this is the first time and the request method is get, so remember get is what most web pages when you visit them for the first time are, because you're not sending data to them, you're just getting the web page. So if I'm just getting the web page, then I'll print the template. Just render the template. Otherwise, then I'm going to do all this calculating stuff. And you can select this and press, I think, tab. Yeah, and that'll indent it a little bit, which is a handy little trick that you can use. So this is what will run the first time you visit the page, and this is what will run every time after. So now, when I visit the page, there's no real visible difference, but it's going to run this code the first time you visit the page. All right, now we need to multiply this number by 3. First of all, there is a problem that if I do input number times 3, and we'll use an asterisk, which is Shift 8 to do times, and save this. If I put the number 7, it says 777. I mean, yeah, technically that is 3 lots of 7, but we expected 21. And the reason is because this is a string, it's a text data. If we want to convert it to a number, this is an input number, it says input number, but really it's a string, really it's text. In fact, just to show you that it's text, I could put Ranieri is cool, and it'll still work. It'll still just do it 3 times. So let's force it to be an integer. I can do input number equals int input number, and that will take this variable and just force it to be an integer. And it will just treat it like an integer for thereafter. An integer is a number. An integer means a whole number. So if I type 9, hopefully this gives me the answer that I want, which is 27. Neat. Oh, that's awesome. So now I'm ready to print that back to the user. Maybe I might save that as a variable, because printing it here doesn't do any good. It's not very helpful to the user. 6? Where's my answer? I don't know. Yeah, it's in a terminal on the server, which is not very handy. So let's save that to a variable. Output number equals. I don't need this print statement anymore, because I'm not going to print it to the terminal. There we go. So this will calculate this and store it in the variable called output number. And now I can send that to the template. Output number equals output number. So this says to send that to the template. Now I can refer to output number here. Maybe the output is output number. Save. Let's try now. Let's try 7. Oh, awesome. It times it by 3. Even negative numbers it'll handle. Decimals I don't think it will handle. There we go. Big error, because 2.5, it's not an integer. It's not a whole number. Maybe 2. There we go. So it works pretty well. Perhaps we will leave it at that. There is one other thing that could be useful, I think. And the other thing that could be useful is first time you visit the page, press enter, it still says the output is. I only want to show that message if they've actually entered something. There's no point just leaving it blank if they haven't entered a number yet. So to do that, maybe I'll add a new variable here called show result. Sorry, this is not technically a variable. This is a new argument or parameter for this function, a new input for the function called show result, and I'm going to set that to true. Oops. Python uses a capital T for true. And then here for this one, I'm going to set show result equals false. So when you visit the page for the first time, it sets show result to false. But for the second and later times where you've actually entered data, it sets it to true. So let's go in here. I can even print show result and show what its value is. Its value is false, but then when you enter data in, I should put a number in, it says true. So now I can change this to an if statement. If statements in these templates work a little slightly differently to Python, but you can still do if, what was the name of that? Show result. There you go. Just like you would in Python, you would write that line to do an if statement. The only difference is that you need to do an end if in the template. You never need to do that in Python. It's just a Flask thing in the template that you have to put the end if. So this will only be printed if show result is true. So if I put a number in, 3. There you go, it prints. But if I visit the page for the first time, it is blank. Awesome. So that is how you do the adder. And I believe the adder is now complete. Wicked. One thing we'll tidy up just to make it better for the next slide, I suppose, is this base here. It would be nice to have links to the other pages. So we'll add links to the visits page, the adder page. What other pages do we have? Later we're going to have a list pugs page, because it is a pug site, and a create pugs page. Notice I've changed the links here, so they do go to different places, but they've got the same name. The name, what displays, is in between the start and end tag of that A element. Adder, give these sensible names. List pugs and create pugs. Wicked. And we've got 2 things working now. We've got the adder working and the visits page. I'll see you guys next video. Like, share, subscribe.